Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope everybody has a great Friday. So, I just want to tell y'all about something that I've been heavily convicted of recently. So, there's this lady I know, and she used to kind of be a part of my family. And she done some messed up stuff, and, she's been on drugs for a very long time, and so we've cut ties with her. Well, recently I ran into her at this place, and I thought, I haven't talked to her or seen her in years, and I thought, if she comes up and tries to talk to me, I'm just going to turn around and walk off, or I'm going to tell her, don't talk to me. And y'all, I used to would be like that. But normally, like now, I'm not like that. I love everybody. I don't have any enemies. I mean, I might be their enemy, but they're not mine. I get along with everybody for the most part. But anyways, it was just bad blood there, whatever you want to call it. And I'm like, if she comes up and talks to me, I'm just going to turn around and walk off. Well, I got heavily convicted on that because, in the Bible it says for us to love our neighbors as ourselves. And, so it bothered me if she would have, so she's still in heavy addiction. And it bothered me and made me feel so bad that I even thought like that. Because I was once where she was at. And if I would have treated her like that, regardless of everything, I can just imagine how that would make her feel. And I know how it would make me feel, and I don't want to make nobody feel that way. We're called to forgive. It don't matter how many times you got to forgive somebody. You forgive them. We got to forgive so that we can be forgiven. But I'm going to be honest. So I was talking about her. I was gossiping about her. And that's another thing that the Lord has really been dealing with me on. And I can tell I'm growing because, I don't want to gossip. I can't. But about this lady, I did. And I'm ashamed of myself. You know what? What if the reason I'm clean now is because I had people praying for me and not talking about me? And what if she's still in heavy addiction because she always had people talking about her and not praying for her? And it just broke my heart that I acted like that and that I thought like that. And now I can't take it back. And who am I to talk about anybody? I was just like her at one time. I thank God that He pulled me out of addiction. But just because she's not there yet, don't give me no right to talk about her. So, I feel awful. And, you can look at her and tell that she's hurt, she's broken. She probably thinks that nobody loves her. It's gonna make me cry. And she don't love herself. I got a heart for the addicts, for the broken people, the hurt people, the people who feel unworthy, because that's how I used to be. And instead of talking about people, y'all, we need to forgive them. And we need to try to bring them to Christ. So instead of talking about her, I need to be praying for her. And it don't matter what she did in the past. She's hurt and broken. And I know exactly how that feels. And it breaks my heart that I even talked about her, because like I said, who am I to talk about anybody? And y'all, I don't cry much. I hardly ever cry, but this just hit me deep. And I just gotta start praying for her. And I'm not gonna say her name. But whoever watches this, y'all, just lift her up in prayer too, please. Because she's probably in her mid-50s. And I know ever since she was a teenager, she's been in addiction. It's got a hold on her. That's no way to live. You know, you don't get to experience life and love and Jesus. So anyways, like I said, God's been convicting me big time on gossiping, and I'm so glad he has, because he hates gossiping. I can't even think right now what it says in the Bible, but he hates gossip, and gossip is not good. I'm not no better than her. I'm not any better than anybody. Just because she's in addiction and I'm not, that don't make me any better. Anyways, you know, God don't look at us. He don't say, oh, well, this one's this way and this one's this way. No, when he looks at us, he sees us all the same. But anyways, so I just wanted to share that with y'all. Anyways, don't talk about people. Don't gossip. And now if I do it, y'all, I feel like a piece of crap. I feel so bad about myself. And not even just that. I feel like I let myself down, and I feel like I let God down. Because I love to pray, and I love to pray for people. And like I said, instead of praying for her, I was talking about her. And it breaks my heart because, you know, everybody deserves freedom. Everybody deserves a second chance, even a third, fourth, fifth chance, because God gives us chances, chance after chance after chance. Anyways, I just wanted to share that with y'all, and it's something to think about, but don't talk about people. Anyways, y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching.